I've been a Blazers fan for 20 years, and OKC is on a mission to single-handedly make this game I love unwatchable. That's not a Lakers fan, that's not a Warriors fan. That's a fan of a team with zero stake in the game. And 869 people agreed with him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has attempted 1,152 free throws over the last 2 seasons. Second place, 425 fewer. That's not a gap, that's a canyon. And the fans? They've had enough. 8,670 upvotes on a single Reddit thread calling his game unwatchable. ESPN analysts going off on national television. And SGA's response? I would hate me too. So here's what went down. Let me put this in perspective. In the 2023-24 season, SGA shot 874 free throws. That's more than 10 entire NBA teams attempted that year. 10 teams. Full rosters of 15 players, and one guy shot more free throws than all of them combined. This season, 614 free throw attempts, 9 per game. He leads the league in free throws made 3 years running, 669 in 2023, 567 in 2024, 601 in 2025. Nobody else is even close. And here's the part that should bother you. He's played 65 games with 10 or more free throw attempts since 2023. 65 games. That means in roughly 1 out of every 3 games he plays, SGA goes to the line at least 10 times. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. He drives to the basket, he's aggressive, of course he gets fouled. And that's partially true. SGA is an incredible basketball player. He wouldn't be the MVP if he wasn't. But the gap between first and second isn't skill. It's a whistle. This isn't casual complaining anymore. This is a fan base in revolt. Colin Cowherd said it best, and this quote got 8,670 upvotes on Reddit. Watching him flop in an NBA game is like inserting a commercial into a movie. 1,753 comments on that thread alone. Another thread, 7,322 upvotes, 927 comments. The topic? SGA leads the league in free throw attempts, and second place is 425 behind. Then there was the Devin Booker game. April the 23rd. Booker gets called for an offensive foul, and SGA goes to the line. 4,475 upvotes, 863 comments, and the top comment? From a Blazers fan, they did Booker dirty tonight. When fans start using the word unwatchable, that's not criticism, that's a warning. And here's where things get interesting. When asked about the free throw merchant label, SGA said, and I quote, "I would hate me too." Now, on the surface, that sounds self-aware, even humble. But here's what that quote actually is. That's not an apology, that's a confession. ESPN's Tim McMahon reported that when he asked SGA about the criticism, SGA shrugged and said, "That's a conversation that's out of my control. I'm not worried about it." And then he said something else. The players that I grew up watching and loving and studying were great at getting to the foul line. Michael Jordan was great at getting to the foul line. And he's right. Michael Jordan shot 9.8 free throws per game in 1988-89. But here's what SGA leaves out. The rules were different. In 2005, half of what SGA does would have been called an offensive foul. The push-offs, the rip-throughs, the subtle arm extensions. 20 years ago, That was against the rules. Today, it's a trip to the free throw line. SGA didn't break the system. He perfected it. And that's the problem. Before I get to reason number 4, the one that actually matters, if you're new here, this is the Sports Verdict Daily. I break down the biggest stories in sports with the depth they deserve. No fluff, no filler. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next verdict. And here's what most people miss. The NBA rewrote the rule book. Freedom of movement rules, the rip-through foul, the continuation rule. Every single change incentivized players to seek contact rather than avoid it. The league told referees to protect offensive players, and then a generational talent came along and exploited every single one of those changes. But the NBA won't fix it. You know why? Because every free throw means more ad breaks, more commercial time, more revenue. The league doesn't want fewer free throws. They want more. They just don't want you to notice. Remember that NBA flopping crackdown? It lasted 3 days. 3 days. They handed out technical fouls for about 72 hours, and then they just stopped. Because the players who draw the most fouls are the same players selling the most jerseys. And the NBA isn't about to hurt its own product. So here's the brutal truth. SGA is an incredible basketball player. He's the MVP. He has a pure mid-range game, elite court vision, and he plays both ends of the floor. He doesn't need the free throws to be great, but the gap between first and second in free throw attempts isn't about skill. It's about a system that rewards manipulation. And the fans? They're not wrong to be frustrated. When one player shoots more free throws than 10 entire teams, the game stops being basketball and starts being a sponsored timeout. The NBA has to choose. Protect the highlight reel or protect the product. And based on everything we've seen, the 3-day flopping crackdown, the rule changes that incentivize foul baiting, the refusal to review obvious flops, the league has already made its choice. SGA didn't ruin the NBA. The NBA ruined the NBA. SGA just made it impossible to ignore. And I'll leave you with this. If SGA wins the championship this year, shooting 12 free throws a game to get there, will you celebrate it? Or will it feel hollow? That's the Sports Verdict Daily Take. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, next verdict.